What is going on, everybody? Thammagotcha here. Welcome into another Great League battle where we're using Diggersby with Scorching Sands, who I said was going to be one of the best Pokemon in the Great League. And boy, oh golly jeez, was I ever right. Pairing it up with Defense Form Deoxys and Venusaur. Venusaur is back too with the lack of flyers. My goodness. And speaking of flyers, hello Pelipper on the lead. This is quite fine. This is exactly where you want to see the Pelipper. Going to go for the Thunderbolt, but they are going to catch it on the Stunfisk. Absolutely brutal on my end, and I'm gonna just farm up a bunch of energy, and now we can catch, if they can too, Rock Slide. My goodness, that does not do very much damage, and they're gonna be able to now throw the Earthquake. But now Earthquake is gonna be not doing a whole heaping load of damage, especially with the debuff thanks to the new season. Scorching Sands enough to one shot. Left, right, good night, Stunfisk. Back in comes a Pelipper, and they throw right away. Beautiful for me because a Weather Ball does not even do enough to KO, and we get to a Scorching Sands as well. This is going to be resisted, but hopefully we get the attack debuff. No, we do not. It's quite fine by me. We have a boatload of energy here. I have a call to make. Is this going to be the Hurricane? No, it's just a Weather Ball. Quite unfortunate, but we can now throw the Thunderbolt here, getting that shield from the opponent, and it looks like they lag out a heap load, unfortunately, due to my opponent. Second boost coming in, that gets the second shield. I just have to make it to one more second boost, and that was a CMP tie. I'm just gonna let this go here. Weather Ball, not enough to KO. Second boost going to be coming in. I don't think this is going to be enough to KO, but I can come in with the Venusaur, get the farm down. Not quite, but I am going to shield this move up. That one would have one-shot us, and it's a Registeel in the back. This is not terrible. I mean, everything is going to be resisted from both sides except for the lock-on, and lock-on is only doing one more damage, and unfortunately I cannot get to the Frenzy Plant before the Zap Cannon comes in, and we get the attack drop. That is super unfortunate, but Frenzy Plant's still going to be doing a whole heaping wad of damage. Not very much because Registeel's a tank. Another Frenzy Plant coming in, and we put this thing low enough to where we can come in with the Deoxys. We can tank a move, and we should just be able to farm down before they are able to get to another move, and that's going to be a good game. Well played. Double steal in the back, and Venusaur still has a lot of play. So GG's to my opponent there. Hopping into the next matchup here, we have Deoxys into Skarmory. Beautiful lead here. Seeing all the flyers, I said the lack of flyers, and look at this. The first two freaking games, we see flyers. They hop into a Greninja. We can take a Night Slash. Oh, no problem. And now we're just going to be able to over farm. Unfortunately, they get to another one, but no boost means we survive. I'm going to throw a couple more Vine Whips, and now, unfortunately, we let a whole Water Shear can go through, which is quite unfortunate, but they let us get a full Vine Whip through from here. I'm just gonna shield this move and then get the complete farm down as they get the boost. You love to see it. Gonna be throwing the Frenzy Plant as it does more damage. It is gonna be double resisted, but that is a-okay. I'm gonna let this move go through. Brave Bird, so what? I have Fire Punch for this Skarmory, but it's just a Sky Attack. I throw one counter, correct move timing, and now throwing the Thunderbolt here. Thunderbolt, left, right, good night. In comes the Stunfisk, out comes the Diggersby, and with even shield scenarios, I'm going to shield this move up here as I think this is going to be the Earthquake, which it is. Even though Earthquake would not have been enough to one-shot us, we get to these Scorching Sands very, very fast, and they let the first one go through, so now all I have to do, build up to the back-to-back Fire Punches, and we got this game won. And they throw the Rock Slide because the opponent knows the game is over. Hey, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated, and I would love it if you hit that subscribe button. Hit like and comment if you want to see anything in the future as well, because we're trying to grow this channel. I'm trying to put out as much content as I can, and I thank you so much for everybody's support. So hopping into the next game here, Deoxys into Steelix. My goodness gracious, this is where you want to see it other than Diggersby. I mean, Venusaur has a decent match. I don't think a lot of people are running Psychic Fangs anymore, but we both swap at the same time. They into a Meganium and us into the Diggersby. The good thing is we eat that Frenzy Plant for dinner. Super effective damage. Diggersby don't care for none of it. Gonna throw a Mud Shot and then going for a second Fire Punch. It's not gonna KO, but it's almost gonna put them into a range where one more Fire Punch is not gonna KO. I'm gonna come in with my Venusaur here. I'm assuming they're just gonna blind throw the Frenzy Plant, which they do. Beautiful. You'll love to see it. And I'm hoping I can farm down before they make the Earthquake. I think this is a yes, that almost one-shots us. If that didn't get debuffed, I think that would have one-shot us. And now we get to the frenzy plane here. Frenzy plane is going to be doing so much damage. We come in with their Deoxys, and it's a Medicham in the back and 2v2 shields. Deoxys should have this game won, and they end up letting the Thunderbolt go. I'm going to go for another Thunderbolt here. This is probably going to get in that shield, and then from here we should just be able to go for the double Psycho Boost. I'm going to shield up this move. Probably going to be the Ice Punch, but they full send the Psychic, even though it does 5 damage less. It probably would have done more than an Ice Punch, but I'm going to shield up the next move here. Probably going to Dynamic Punch Psychic. This Mad Lad is crazy, going for the Psycho Boost, going for the knockout, but it doesn't knockout. They try to swap into the Steelix. We got the Venusaur, and we find Whip down. What a crazy end game that was. GG's to my opponent there. Woo, that was a tight game. Gonna be hopping into the next matchup here. I love this team. I think this team is gonna do amazing in the coming season, even when we get up higher ranking. Deoxys is a very solid pick for all those Medichams. Venusaur is gonna be amazing, especially with all the other water types you're gonna be seeing, like Quagsire, Swampert, Greninja, and then Diggersby is just a good pick. I mean, unless you see a Mandibuzz, which could be very difficult for this team, you can kind of play around it with the Thunderbolt, Fire Punch, Sludge Bomb combination if you kind of get it right. But they let the Psycho Boost go through, and that does so much damage. I'm going to shield this up, expecting it to be a close combat, but they just Dragon Claw. But we get the farm down. You love to see it. In comes a Stunfisk, and this opponent is core broken by the Diggersby, because Scorching Sands is going to do a weeping load of damage, and they no shield it, getting the attack fall as well, going for the Fire Punch, expected the shield, and they no shield that like a savage. My goodness gracious. Earthquake coming in, that does no damage because of the attack fall. Diggersby is a beast in my opponent top lefts, and that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent. My gosh, Diggersby. Everybody, Diggersby is a beast now. You get that attack fall, and there's not really a whole lot your opponent can do here. Mew with what looks to be Pound. Interesting. Coming in with a Slowking? My goodness. I'm expecting them to have Surf here. So I'm going to go for another Scorching Sands, throwing on correct timing here. Hoping for that attack fall. We get the first shield of the game, and we're going to shield this back. Surf was not going to be enough to KO, but I do want to keep this thing healthy. But they go for the Psychic, and they get the defense fall. That is absolutely brutal. Going for another Scorching Sands. Not enough to KO, but I'm thinking I can catch a move. We don't catch the move, but they decide to throw energy anyways. Psychic going to be coming in. That does resist the damage. And they now come in with a Bruxish. My goodness gracious. Thunderbolt coming in hot here. Left, right, good night, Bruxish. And all that's left is this Mew. And all we have to do is throw the Thunderbolt. Probably going to be getting this last shield, which is all we really need. And we can come in with the Venusaur, throw a Frenzy Plan. I could let this move go through. I could shield it if I wanted to, because they farmed up a boatload of energy. Solar Beam coming in hot. My gosh. And Scorching Sands is going to make quick work of the Mew, almost one-shotting it. Come in with the Venusaur, Vine Whip them down, and that's going to be a good game in a beautiful 5-0 set here. My god, I've been using this team today too, and wow, 4-1, 5-0, and another 4-1, and I've only played 3 or 4 sets today, but it's been going really well for me with this team. Having a lot of fun with it too. Venusaur has been one of my favorite picks. All right, Unnovan Stunfisk. I can honestly swap into any Pokemon I want, but I'm gonna take a move here. Mudbomb gonna be coming in, and then I'm gonna swap into my Diggersby, but it's a simultaneous swap. That is absolutely hilarious. Leap Blade, not enough to KO. We're going to be getting this Fire Punch off here, and I'm hoping I can get to one more Fire Punch to draw a shield from my opponent. Ooh, that is quite unfortunate. I'm going to have to let this go here. Leap Blade enough to left, right. Good night. That Diggersby, it finally goes down, and I'm going to come in with the defense form Deoxys. I'm going to have to throw the Psycho Boost, and then I'm going to dip out into my Venusaur, hoping there's no flyer in the back, and I blind swap into a Talon Flame. No. Oh, that is so unfortunate. I think we would have lost that game anyways. Even if we stayed with defense form Deoxys, we did have the energy lead, but unfortunately it is what it is. Amazing lead here. Alolan Sandslash into defense from Deoxys. They hop into an Azumarill. Say hello to Venusaur. An amazing counter to this Azumarill. We're getting to that Frenzy play, and as you see, they already top left it, and that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent. Hopping in to the next matchup here. That first two games went by pretty fast. I can't believe I auto swapped. I did play these games on live stream, so check me out on the live stream. I live stream here on YouTube. But anyways, enough of that. A Fable. We're going to be throwing on 10 counters here so they don't sneak a full charm through. That doesn't get the shield, which is nice. And I'm going to have to shield this move up here. Or no, I let it go. I come in with the Venusaur, and I'm going to go for a very aggressive farm down. Do we get it? Yes, we do. And we have a boatload of energy, but now in comes a Marowak. They got a couple of freaking mud shots through. And oh, it's a Shadow Swampert in the back, and this could get very scary, but we get the attack drop. They get a mud shot through. We're going to have to shield this. We have loaded energy on the Venusaur, so we're gonna have to stall out the switch clock timer here, but it's gonna be really hard considering that Swampert hits those hydro cannons very, very fast. I'm gonna have to time this move just perfect right before they get to their next hydro cannon. Scorching Sands coming in. That gets the second shield. We're gonna have to eat a hydro cannon. Remember, Diggersby is very bulky. Oh my gosh. Combo play with the Frenzy Plant. Left, right, good night, Swampert. In comes the Alolan Marowak. The unfortunate part thing is, if this thing farms all the way down, you bet they probably will have a Fire Blast locked and loaded. And oh, whoa, this is the call. It's just a Bone Club. We survive. That was a CMP tie. And this Scorching Sands is going to be enough to KO this Alolan Marowak. And look at that. Diggersby almost beating a Swampert in even shield scenarios, everybody. Taking a hydro cannon to the face thanks to that attack fall. Even without it, we still would have survived. Just not as much health. Great lead here. We have Pidgeot into defense from Deoxys. And we're going to let this go, just thinking that it's going to be a Feather Dance, and it is just a Feather Dance. In comes a Quagsire. In comes my Venusaur. And we're going to be able to farm up a boatload of energy. Mud Bomb does a significant amount of damage, so I'm going to throw just as they reach their second Mud Bomb, just in case. I don't want them to double shield and farm me down. So back in comes the Pidgeot. We're going to be throwing this Sludge Bomb here. Sludge Bomb going to be doing a nice chunk of damage against this Pidgeot. Look at that, almost one-shotting it. You love to see it. Not able to get to that next Frenzy. But now I'm just going to come in with Defense Form Deoxys. I'm going to get the farm down here. I'm going to shield up what is potentially going to be the Brave Bird, but it's just their dance. You gotta be kidding me. But they got a Sableye in the back. Woo! Getting to the Scorching Sands right before they get to their return. No attack fall, but I'm gonna call that this is just a foul play here. We can live a return anyways, and their Shadow Claws are double resisting due to our normal typing here. Another Scorching Sands coming in. That gets the shield. No attack fall either. That is quite unfortunate. I am gonna shield this move up here, thinking that they're going to go for the return, but they don't. I think they're just trying to stall out the switch clock timer here. Fire Punch coming in. That gets the last shield. Come in with the defense form Deoxys. Combo, wombo, Thunderbolt, left, right, good night. Sableye, and the opponent quits the match. GG's, and that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent. Hopping in to what I believe is going to be the final matchup of the video. If you stayed in this long, I appreciate you all. I thank you so much for supporting me throughout all this time, but we have a great lead here. Alolan Sandslash into defense form Deoxys. Counter's doing so much damage. They're going to throw the Ice Punch. We can survive that. In comes a Charizard. Oh, this is really not good for us. Thunderbolt going to be getting that first shield. I got to get to the Psycho Boost here. Psycho Boost going to be doing a whole lot of damage to this Charizard. Now we come in with the Diggersby. All shields are down. I wanted to save my Deoxys to throw a Psycho Boost or a Thunderbolt, and for that Alolan Sandslash. So Scorching Sands coming in does not get the KO, but we're going to be able to shield this Blast Burn up. That would have left right good night us, and we get to another Scorching Sands, and Scorching Sands will be able enough to finish off a Charizard. Everybody, Diggersby, resisted damage, taking out a Charizard. And now comes in a Greninja, and we got this game locked and loaded. We're going to come in with the Venusaur. They're going to come in with the Alolan Ninetales. and we're just gotta let this move go through. Even if it's just an ice punch, we're gonna be able to survive it, get the counter down. You love to see it. Now we gotta do is make it to a frenzy plan. I can let this move go through just in case they do get the boost and they outpace me to the second one, but we got the frenzy locked and loaded, and this frenzy is going to be taking care of that Greninja. Left, right, good night, and that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent. And another 4-1 set there. Look at that, beautiful. You love to see it. So again, thank you also very much for watching. If you guys are liking the content, please hit that like button. Comment if you want to see any other Pokemon down below in the comments, or if you have any battles that you would like me to showcase, there's a link in the description down below. Again, thank you also very much for watching, and I'll see you everybody in the next video.